24 minutes before 11 o'clock, and Vanessa Lane Jennings is in the studio. We call this segment Legal Lane, and Vanessa is, of course, our legal expert. She is the founder of the Jennings Law Firm here in Ocala. We do this show so that you can have your legal questions answered, and if you would like to call in and ask the question, we would love to hear from you, and then listen to Vanessa as she explains the law, and we always learn from that exchange. The number to call is 622-9622, and if, of course, you would rather speak to Vanessa at her law firm, then that would be the advice. Go to the location at 2945 Northeast 3rd Street here in Ocala, and the phone number over there is 804-0092. Right now, to be on the air, 622-9622. Let me put the picture on here so you can see Vanessa. And there she is. Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How's everyone?
Pretty good. You know what my question is today? What I was thinking about?
Why didn't Friday come sooner?
Why didn't Friday come sooner? Can I sue somebody? No, Friday came pretty soon for me, actually. Okay, in Congress, they're talking about the health care law. Now, I'm not asking you to comment on the law, but I do have a question about my defense. All right, let's say, because there was a mandate for the health care law. If you didn't buy health care insurance, then you could be penalized. If you didn't pay the penalty, you could literally be put in jail for contempt of court or something like that. Yep. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. So now
there's a lot of steps.
There's a lot of steps.
Get you there, but yes.
Okay, but let's say I'm just a normal person. I don't do radio and I don't do the news. I just drive in my car and I hear them say, okay, Donald Trump is going to undo it. Good. I couldn't afford it anyway. I'm letting go of my health insurance, right? But he didn't. I mean, it's still possibly going to be nothing changed, according to what the news said this morning.
Well, it still has to go through all the hoops to become official.
Right.
You have to make it official.
Right.
So just because he's starting the process to implement a new, you could use the word repeal, but I don't really like it that way. But you could start a new healthcare system in America is what he wants to do, or rejuvenate it, however, which side of the aisle you fall on.
And so you're so smart. I want to dumb it down a little bit and bring it to me. So you're smart. Okay. I'm not so smart. But let's say I'm just listening to my favorite rock station. All right, I'm not listening to my favorite rock station. I'm listening to my favorite talk station actually right now, and it is WOCA, and that was a recording because Vanessa is a busy lady, and so she's here now live. And as I mentioned in the intro, you can call in. So the number is 622-9622. If you have something going on in your life that a little bit of legal advice would help you out a lot, feel free to call in. And the other advice would be go see Vanessa at the law firm, the Jennings Law Firm, at 2945 Northeast 3rd Street. And the phone number over there is 804-0092. So let's say good morning to Vanessa. Good morning, Vanessa.
Good morning.
You have a busy schedule. I mean, you are always like right under the wire for everything, aren't you?
Everything.
Yeah?
And most of the time, I'm not even under the wire.
Even fun things?
Following the wire. I'm never on time for anything in my life. Except for court. I'll show up on time for court. But I normally show up right when the doors open.
I want to we bump into a lot of people, but we need to bump into you someplace. So it's like a fun moment. This is fun, but that would be fun too. Like, I don't know what. Like, what, Robin? What's a good thing we do?
We could go listen to music.
Where are we listening to music?
Probably at, Julie's Place, the Wine Experience. Do you go there?
I do go to the Wine Experience.
Okay.
They have
so we could find you there.
My favorite sangria in town.
Mm-hmm. So we could find you there. Then we could bump into you there.
We had a young girl in here the other day that plays there. She's a guitar singer girl. She was so good, right?
Yes, very good. Yeah. I can't recall her name.
That's a problem.
They have a lot of performers there. I like them.
Really?
And they're normally avant-garde. Like, they're not something you would see other places.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome.
So how are you?
Pretty good. How's everyone doing?
Good. I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Okay, so I have to tell you a story.
I don't know if it's a good answer, but I have an answer.
When I do the news, there's a secret to doing local news sometimes, especially if your local newspaper prints mugshots. Okay?
Mugshots.com, everyone's favorite destination.
Because sometimes I'll scroll down on the Star Banner page and I'll come to the mugshots, and I'll click on a story. I'll say, oh my God. I'll just click on one for whatever reason. And I'll say, oh my gosh, I wonder if there's a story about this. 2 days or 3 days ago, there was one. There was this woman, and she was charged with kidnapping. So I thought, well, that's got to be a story. And sure enough, it was. Okay. But so in other words, it's a way of sort of getting a story, a little bit of a scoop. Not really. It depends on if somebody's covered the story or not, because basically I have to read somebody else's story and then put it in my own words or something of that nature. All right, so the last 2 weeks, there have been 4 ladies, and their charge has been prostitution/offer. And I said to Robin, you get in trouble if you offer prostitution. Now, I'm guessing the guys say prostitution/solicit. Am I guessing right?
Right.
Okay.
Solicitation.
That's the real difference between the sexes right there.
Yes.
We're saying, can we have some, please? And you're saying, would you like some? So that's the real difference right there. All right, now, on my way home, I don't want to tell you where it is because I just don't want to.
Everybody knows.
Do you think so? But there's this place that offers massage. And I normally don't pass it at 10 o'clock at night, but one day I was out that late and I said...
The one on the boulevard?
I'm not telling you where it is.
I don't know about that one.
But it says open. Robin, you're not supposed to say. But anyway, it says in a neon light, open, 10 p.m. Okay, open. All right, so let's say Larry says, oh, my shoulders sure need a rubbing. And I go, and I walk in and I say.
This is only going bad places.
I go, hello, how much is it going to cost to get my shoulders rubbed? Oh, that's $35, mister. And so then I say, okay, $35. Now I go lay down and I rub my shoulders. Is this the point where they can get in trouble if I'm a policeman? No.
Because you're getting a massage at this point in time.
No. I mean, if she says the offer.
That's not what the offer. That wasn't that offer. That was an offer for a massage.
No. I'm talking about the next offer.
Well, you haven't said that yet. So,
yes, I did. I'm laying down.
So she goes, would you like your happy ending now? That would be an extra $25. That's the offer.
That's the offer.
Is that all it is 25?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
When was the last time I have offered this? Probably never. I don't even know what the going rate is.
Okay, but is that in itself... Did she just break the law if she says, would you like a happy ending?
Well, it depends what a happy ending is. Like if she has a board behind her that says a happy ending is a scalp massage and it legit is a scalp massage, then no.
So how is it possible that these ladies are getting in trouble? They're arrested. They're on the mugshots.
Right, because they're probably saying things like, do you want me to blank
be careful.
or blank?
Oh my gosh, thank you for...
And then they get arrested for that.
For beep? Yeah.
Yeah, but what if Larry would have...
But Larry could do the same
for
thing.
it.
Well, Larry could do one of two things. Larry could be the prostitute himself, and he can say,
no,
do you
I
want me
be.
to blank your blank? No. I don't even know what the blanks are.
Yeah, I do.
I
know what they
are. You can say, hey, I need blank done.
Have you ever had a client, though, that had to deal with this?
Yes.
Man or woman?
Man.
Was he entrapped?
He was not entrapped, no.
Oh. And then did you get him free?
No, he did get off twice.
Nice choice of words.
2 different ways.
Yeah. so
double entendre.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, Dan. That might cost you. FCC's coming now.
So that's the only way these women.
He needs a 10-second button.
Dan, we need a 10-second button. We do.
So that's the only way these ladies can get in trouble then, is if they actually offer something. But if there's like an innuendo, can they still get in trouble for that? If they have like that ESP going on and the guy knows what they're...
You can't use urban dictionary stuff?
She's still getting in trouble for various things. You can use Urban Dictionary. The police officers have access to that.
They know what that is, huh?
They can figure that out.
Wow. It's just amazing. I wouldn't think I would see this in Ocala. It just didn't seem like it.
Really? It's the oldest profession in the world is what they always say. It's been here forever.
I know it's been here. But...
Forever. I remember the 90s used to watch people walk up and down Pine.
Oh yeah. There were always certain ladies that were up and down Pine.
I saw them. I had the offer. You never got the offer. See, when you're a guy.
No, I was a 12-year-old child.
You get the offer. So but I was a 30-year-old man. Mm-hmm. And I would go out for donuts. I I swear to God, this is the truth. They would say that when I worked at this place and it was the middle of the night, and they would
Where
say
were donuts on Pine?
there was Dunkin' Donuts back in those days.
Yeah, they used
okay.
to.
Dunkin' Donuts was always there. Okay.
Yeah.
They
It's
said,
a
would you
different building
go
now.
get some donuts? And said, yeah, no problem. I like getting out of here, getting out away from the job. Okay. And I'd stop at the stoplight and hey, mister, I got something for you. And I was
It's not a donut. I don't want it.
But anyway, I told my sister about this, and she said, I'm there all the time. I never hear anybody saying anything. And I said, because you're a lady, I think. They're not going to say it to you, right? They'll say it to me.
Exactly.
Because you don't want what they have.
She might. How do they know?
Exactly.
It's modern times, people. Modern times.
So my sister at the time was dating a policeman. So
Okay.
he said, I never saw that either. I said, well, you're in your uniform.
Yeah, right.
They're not going to say it to him either. Only to me, the guy getting the donuts. He looks like a good target.
Yeah.
He looks like he needs a happy ending with his donut. Yet again. Sorry, Dan.
So would both the fella and the woman get in trouble? I mean, if he wasn't undercover and they had this arrangement, and then the police came in to raid the place, would they
can get
arrest
everyone.
both of them?
In Miami-Dade, they do stings.
Uh-huh.
They do, like, when I would do bond hearings when I was a prosecutor on the weekends, you would get 50 cases in a row. Where they just did they literally picked a block radius and they just did a sting. And
Okay.
So yeah, they'll just hoard everybody up. They'll haul up the vans. I mean, I don't believe that happens in a smaller city like ours to that extent, but I
think they do. We have it in
they'll
the
get
news
'em.
every once in a while.
they'll do a little sting and get everybody.
My dad used to tell me, my dad was a policeman in New York City, and he would say that it was such a stupid thing to have to arrest people for that the courts were just letting him go anyway. You would arrest him and they'd let him go. So the police, instead of going through all the paperwork, they'd pick him up, drive around the block, and drop him off. And they wouldn't even process him. Back in those days, that was between 52 and 72, somewhere in that 2-decade period. Yeah.
Things were different back then.
So do they have an attorney retained, like for places like this? So as soon as they're arrested, the attorney comes down and bails them out?
For the girls, it's called the Public Defender's Office.
Oh.
And the guys, well, they might have their attorney on retainer. Hopefully it's none of my clients, so they have me on speed dial.
Oh,
I normally add me on speed dial, but yeah, no, hopefully it's not with them.
this is
Don't get
very
in trouble.
fascinating to me. I just think this is so fascinating.
There's so much about this we would like to know the answers to. All right, let's take a little break, and we'll be right back. The phone line is open if you have a question. The number is 622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Friday, times of clouds and sun, breezy and very warm with a shower and thunderstorm around, especially during the afternoon hours, high 83 to 87. It'll become mainly clear later Friday night with a low of 55 and a few inland spots, 64 along the coast. Sunshine and very warm for Saturday, high 81 on the coast, but 89 inland. Sunday, sunshine and some clouds, high 83 on the coast, 91 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Robin, how do you like my design?
You're designing a box?
That's not a box. It's a doghouse.
Rough draft for your rough? Sounds like you need personal service.
I do?
Yes, to print the blueprints. See Mark at the Personal Service Center. He can print blueprints, notarize permit applications, print and mail out invoices, and even provide great-looking business cards.
Personal Service Center. That's the one on the corner of Northeast 25th Avenue and 24th Street, right?
Just look for the yellow signs. Your pedigree palace will be a reality in no time.
There are only a few things in life that you can be certain will always be around: death, taxes, the pursuit of happiness, and computers. As they continue to advance at an epic pace, the one absolute certainty about them is that they'll break. It's not an if, it's a when. And when it happens, bring it to the only company in Ocala that's certified in Apple and Microsoft, Ocala Mac and PC Repair. They even offer on-site computer repair service, so they come to you. And if you do drop it off, you can check your repair status online. Ocala Mac and PC Repair is a family-owned and operated company that can do everything from mobile repair to wireless networks, fixing viruses, data recovery, even building and installing new systems. Visit online at ocalamacpc.com. In person, 1713 East Silver Springs Boulevard, or give them a call, 352-566-8324. That's 352-566-8324. Ocala Mac and PC Repair.
Big band lovers, listen up. Monday, April 3rd at 7:30 p.m. at the Riley Arts Center in Ocala, you will be able to enjoy the best of the Stan Kenton Legacy Orchestra. Ticket prices range from $8 to $30, so come out and hear Stan's most well-known music alongside fresh new material written in the Kenton style. Again, that will be Monday, April 3rd at 7:30 p.m. What a way to start a new week. All right, 10 minutes before 11 o'clock, Vanessa Lane Jennings is in the studio from the Jennings Law Firm, and we always have fun with Vanessa, but we also invite you to call up, and we know that your questions are important to you. If you have a legal situation, it's always serious, and so we do have somebody, Vanessa, waiting to say something to you, so let's take that call. Good morning. Thank you for waiting through the break. You're on the air with Vanessa.
Thank you. I'm curious, when you're watching Law and Order or you're driving through town occasionally, you'll see bail bondsman advertisements, or someone needs bail. Where do they get the money, and do they have to pay it back? And I mean, they're already arrested, and yet some perfect stranger is going to give them enough money to get out of jail. You know, I don't understand it.
I don't either, really. That's a good question. All right, thank you.
Okay, so when you get arrested and you're in the state of Florida, within the first 24 hours, you're supposed to see a judge. At the time that you're arrested, though, your crime has a statutorily designated amount for that crime. For instance, I believe simple battery is $2,500. So if you hit even if it's domestic violence or anything, well, let's not make it domestic violence. There's other rules for that. But let's just say you hit your neighbor, you slapped him in the face, get arrested, and they say, okay, it's $2,500 for you to get out. If you have $2,500 cash, which in today's society, a lot of people don't have $2,500 cash just to get out of jail, you can get out before you ever see the judge. You can go ahead and get out of jail. Now, if you don't, you can call a bail bondsman still beforehand, and at that point in time, you can, depending on how that particular bondsman works, you normally have something for collateral. You own your car, you own your house, you have significant amount of jewelry, you have something as collateral, whatever they take as collateral, and then you give that to the bail bondsman. You sign over your collateral, and they will go ahead and you give them 10% normally, so it'd be $250 for this example that we're using, and then they go ahead and they post the rest of your bond. If you go through the entire process, your bond is given back to you, or given back to the person who gave it at the end of the case. So at the very, very end of the case, if you've went to all your court dates and everything else happens, or if the charges get dropped, or whatever occurs, the bail bondsman gets that money back. And that's why you see bounty hunters and things like that going after people who skip bail, is what they normally call it, or they skip their court date and they don't go to court. They want to find them so the bondsperson can get their money back. They want to make sure you get to court.
Gotcha.
So their money comes back to them.
Wow. Did you have a follow-up?
No, that really resolves it. I was just wondering, you'd think about, gosh, how does a perfect stranger come up with this money? And, it almost sounds like a bank giving you a loan, except that, banks want all kinds of security. So I never really knew how it worked. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you do have another caller, Vanessa. Let's take this call. Good morning. You're on there with Vanessa.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
With small claims court, is there ever a money a level involved in that, as far as how much you can sue for or whatever? And is it ever necessary or sometimes necessary to have a lawyer involved in a small claims court?
So we'll answer the easiest of all your questions first. Whether or not is a lawyer, that's personal preference. It's easier for someone who doesn't understand how the law process works, because at the end of the day, if you go to a trial, you're going to be expected to be up to snuff with all the law. You're going to have to know the rules of evidence. You're going to have to know everything else. So it's always easier to have an attorney who knows how it works, knows how to get the subpoenas, knows how to do everything that needs to happen, so you can go forward. When it comes to dollar amounts, there are dollar amounts. They change, not frequently at all, but they can change. And they do not include attorney's fees. They don't include court costs. It's the actual amount of damage that you're saying occurred for whatever you're suing for, whether it was a contract and you need money coming back to you, whether someone stole something from you and you need that money back. And I believe small claims court is under $5,000, I believe.
Did you have a follow-up?
No. What I was just trying to say was, small claims court is basically for small claims. That's not a big deal. And she told me the limit was $5,000. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Can you take a person to small claims court without any kind of documentation? Say you've loaned them money like over 25 years, and all of a sudden, they're not paying it back.
Okay, so we're going to have some statute of limitation problems with the 20-year one. So let's say over the last last 2 years, you loaned somebody $10,000. Well, you wouldn't be in small claims court, so that was not a good one. So let's keep you in small claims court. Say you loaned them $4,000. You can take them. Depending on what kind of contract it was. Like if you just gave them money out of the goodness of your heart, and they did whatever with it. You don't necessarily need a contract for that. An oral contract is okay. So a spoken contract works. There's certain things you have to have a written contract for, like land, for example. Any type of real estate transaction has to be written down.
Oh, okay.
So at that point in time, you're kind of out of the water. But there's also for contract law, but there's also things called unjust enrichment, which is another branch that you can sue under. And that's saying, I gave you money, you did something with this, even though I might not be able to sue you for this over here, I still should get my money back.
Oh, okay.
Because you were unjustly enriched.
But you have a statute of limitations, though.
There's always statutes of limitations. So you got to be careful on those. And those differ. Everything is different. Like there's different statute of limitations for written contracts than oral contract. Like everything has its own rule.
Oh, okay. And then what if you live with somebody for like 10 years? Can you, and not be married, can you legally come after them if they throw you out of the house, or?
Well, it depends if you own the house. Really? It depends.
Right, if you don't own it, but the person you're living with
they're going to have
does.
to go through a legal proceeding to get you out if you've been there 10 years.
Oh, I see.
They're going to have to eject you.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Who are you talking about? I wonder who she's talking about. What's going on in Robin's life
I don't know.
Right.
You don't even want to know. They'll just make you cry.
Vanessa, if we want to speak to you in private in your office, we would go to your office. What is the best way to do this? Just show up? Should we call in advance?
You might want to call in advance because I might not actually be there. So the best option is to call 352-804-0092. You're going to speak with the lovely Sally Jennings, my sister, and she will gladly set you up with a phone appointment with me. Or an office appointment if you prefer that.
Oh, nice. I like office.
JenningsLaw.net. I don't think I've ever gone to your website. Let me go to your website.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting.
Picture on there of you. I
do.
Picture.
Tammy Griffin takes amazing photos.
Oh, that is a nice picture of you. Look at you.
She's beautiful. Amazing.
The first picture I saw was like columns.
Right. The columns are not me. I might be a pillar in my own head, but not in reality.
Well, you really are a pillar in the community, Vanessa. You do so much, so many events you attend, so many behind-the-scenes things you do for a lot of the fundraising events, and you really are amazing.
Well, that's because I love our town. Our town's amazing.
It is. It's very beautiful.
What are you doing this weekend? Anything good?
I am leaving our
Where are you going?
I'm going to Sarasota to visit my family.
Oh, good for you. Yes. That's wonderful.
Vanessa, thank you. Have a great weekend. Be careful driving.
Thank you.
What are you driving? What do you drive?
What do I drive? I drive a Cadillac CTS.
A Cadillac?
Yeah.
Man, does it talk back?
It does. It yells at me.
I said I want a Cadillac that doesn't talk back. Who knew that they were going to talk one day? Yeah. All right. Thank you, Vanessa. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The president signing some orders on trade today.
The first executive order directs the